to Nightmare County. I'm your host, Rando M. Ghoul. And yes, it's been quite some time since my last video, from which I said in that video, it's been quite some time since my other video. But I have a very good excuse. As you can see, I got a new backdrop, which is simply temporary. I moved and been getting everything done this summer and everything moving. Get everything situated and everything. I'm still not situated completely, but I wanted to set something up and get a video out there for you all so you could see this. I'm going to start making more videos, of course. Since I got this temporary setup, I'm going to try to pump out at least 1 or 2 a week for the until I get another setup and everything. But this video is going to be basically about just trying to catch you up on what's going on and everything. I'm going to start doing more reviews, especially on horror movies, especially movies from the 70s, 80s, and 90s and everything. Going to do some more martial art videos, kung fu flicks and stuff. I still got my video I'm going to come out with about being controversial, who I think is an icon of the martial arts scene, who was probably an even bigger influence throughout the 80s and 90s on getting kids and people with his movies. Getting kids and people like that to get more in shape and to get out there and do martial arts. And it's not Chuck Norris, but I think with the set of movies they made in the 80s and early 90s, it really pushed people to want to like do better for themselves and also to get out there and make do martial arts. And you can say whatever you want about the individual, but I still believe he is one of the bigger icons of that, and helped propel martial arts even more so. And that'll be in my next video. It'll be a little bit controversial to some, but most will probably agree. So yeah, that'll be the next video that I do. It'll be the martial arts video. I got more horror movie videos I'm going to be putting out. I want to do there's a certain movie that I want to do a special about and talk about. Because I've met the director, the writer, and the people who acted in it, and I love the first 2 films quite a bit. And I'm hoping this is like my plea. It's going to be like a plea video, basically. Man, I wish I'd make one more of these movies, because the first 2, they were fun, and I really dug and everything. Hope they make a 3rd one. So there'll be a video for this particular movie, and I'll let you know. You'll know when this video comes out, because it's me basically trying to beg them to make one more movie, because they were going to make one more, and then something happened, and we'll talk about what happened and everything, or at least all that I know, what I've read and everything. So, but yeah, so I'll be doing more horror movie videos, more martial art videos, and of course more music videos as well, because music is life, right? And there's a whole bunch of music out there that I'd like to talk about, especially stuff from the horror punk scene that I truly enjoy and love. But yeah, and there's some horror movie conventions. We're going to talk about those a little bit more coming up. This past year, I really didn't talk about any. I did go to the Cult Classic horror movie convention in Bastrop, Texas. That was a lot of fun. And I'm trying to get back into it. It's like I was going to horror movie conventions for a good bit up until 2014. And then I just stopped, and it's like I became incredibly bashful and like embarrassed when I go up and try to meet these actors and directors and stuff. I get too embarrassed and everything. It's just, I don't know what happened. So it's hard for me to go up and get autographs anymore. So I'm trying to get back into that, because I kind of missed that and everything. Because I mean, all the way back since I was 13 when I met, or actually 15 when I met Gunnar Hansen. I met Tobe Hooper later on, but Gunnar Hansen was my first horror movie icon that I ever met, Leatherface. And ever since then, I wanted to meet more and more and more. I was always more inclined to meet people who were people behind the mask, more so than everybody else. Those were always my favorite. The people who play the Jasons, the Miner, the Leatherfaces, so on and so forth. I always enjoy meeting those people, because they don't get pushed into the limelight hardly at all, unless you've made a name for yourself, kind of like Gunnar Hansen did, Kane Hodder, or even Robert Englund with a. But Robert Englund of course, having a speaking part does help you, propel yourself a lot more. Or even Nick Castle. I mean, the people for the shape. So I want to get more and talk about that type of stuff. I'm excited. We've had some cool stuff come out. We've had the Texas Chainsaw Massacre video game that just came out, which is actually a lot of fun. We got the Killer Clowns from Outer Space video game eventually coming out, which is even more awesome. So, I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff. I mean, between video games, movies, music, there's a lot of still cool things coming out. And it's always like when times are hard and everything, money's tight, it's like the horror movie genre, I think, or feel like it flourishes even more because people get more creative, and it's the more at-home stuff, horrors that kick off and to me are the bread and butter of the horror movie, especially like when you think of like from the 70s, the 80s and stuff. It's like that workmanship type of filmmaking is the best, and I think there's gonna be that type of renaissance in the horror movie scene that's going to be happening here in the next couple of years. I mean, I would love things that kind of go back like Texas Chainsaw Massacre and the early slashers and stuff. I mean, so far, and even though I'm not the biggest fan of the series, but like Terrifier and Art the Clown, which I think is still is a cool icon for the movie scene. I'm just not a biggest fan as I think a lot of people are, but it's still pretty cool that this low budget horror movie slasher franchise has just really took off with a lot of people. And I'm not gonna lie, the gore in those movies are fantastic. I wish there was something a little bit more for me as a fan, but other people, it works for them, so it's great, right? So that's what matters. So yeah, I think there's gonna be a renaissance with low budget workmanship type horror films, which is always a good thing, I think. But that being said, I don't want to take too much on this video. I just want to let you know what's going on. I will have a new video out by tomorrow. And I mean, a lot of questions about my past videos, about people asking me for certain ninja movies. They'll give me a scene from a movie, and they want to know if I can find this movie for them. I'm going to tell you, man, it's hard because the amount of ninja movie content that came out in the 80s and early 90s is insane when you think about it. And half of the time, some of the movies that came out were just like, there's like 15 movies that used the same plot from this one movie or the same scenes from this other movie, and they just cut it up and filtered it out through all these other movies. And they'll have the same actor, like Richard Harrison is in God, I don't know how many ninja flicks, and he only made like one. So that being said, there's like, it's crazy how they did it and everything. But that being said, got some more stuff coming out. Of course, we'll talk about more ninja videos. We're going to talk about conventions. Like, we're just going to make a video dedicated to movie conventions and like how I wish there was more conventions that featured other things and stuff. But anyways, if you can, hit the subscribe button and like this video. I'd greatly appreciate it. We're going to get back into this. I want to thank all the people who have been coming back and watching my videos and commenting. I appreciate it. You can hit me up on Facebook and Instagram under Nightmare County. Sorry about that. But and you just comment, ask me questions, because I love answering questions and just talk to people, especially people who love the same stuff that I've been talking about. Or we'll talk about things that you like that maybe I might have an interest in or something like that. But yeah, just comment below, find me, talk to me, whatever. But I appreciate y'all for sticking in here and just watching my videos and everything. I really do appreciate it. So, that being said, don't be a stranger to